What's good?
I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. That's my new thing.
I forgot about that. Did people ever say that for real?
I do. I do from now. Ever since we saw whatever we saw that on.
We heard a podcast where somebody was being a character, and the character said
was good,
and now it's stuck in our heads, and it will not leave at all. So please use it.
Yes.
Have was good take over.
Was good. But you have to like extend the last part of good. Like was good.
Was good.
Yeah, you can't just say was good. What's good? What's good?
What is good with you, dear?
What is goodeth?
Recently I was listening to something where they were talking about, like, I guess it's, we're millennials. What's beneath us? What's beneath us?
I don't know.
Is it Generation Z?
I don't know.
I think that's what it's called. And they were talking about slang that they use that millennials might not know. A lot of them I heard of, but it was funny to think of saying them properly.
Oh,
like,
sure.
One of them was like that slaps.
What does that mean?
Like, if it's a song, usually it's like good. Like,
oh,
it
like
really
that
hits.
song. That's like so stupid.
Okay. But the
slaps.
person was saying, like, they were trying. That's a bad example, but they were trying to come up with like proper etiquette, like grammar ways of saying things. Yeah, most of them I had heard of. A few I was like, I have no idea what that means. One of them was bussin'.
I've heard of bussin'.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't heard of that. I've heard of bussin' tables.
Can you use it in a sentence so I can try and see if I know what it is?
What is...
no, come on.
If I tell you, then it will really give it away.
I mean, I would think it's like, it's really cool, or it's something like that. Like,
it's positive, for sure. So it has to do with food.
Oh. Like the food just left the table? It's bussin'.
That food was bussin'.
That guy is bussin'.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his job.
It's if the food tastes good.
Yeah, okay. That's but it's strictly related to food?
Food tasting good.
Because I was figuring that, but not food. That's
so it's food. Isn't that weird?
I can get on board with that one. I'll do it.
Food was bussin'.
That was bussin'. I'm going to say it.
But
I want to say bustin' for some reason.
Yeah, but that's
not right.
Different.
I'll say bussin'.
Don't do that. The one I liked was like, if somebody's annoying you and you want them to stop, you'd say like, knock it off or you're gonna catch hands.
That's stupid.
That one to me sounded like
that's so
old
stupid.
School.
Yeah, it does kind of. It does have kind of an old school. I
hear it as like the 30s. Like,
yeah,
you're gonna catch hands.
Yeah.
Like, knock it off. Like, I hear like.
Yeah, I can hear that.
Like, what's that?
Like grandma's saying it. You're gonna knock hands. You're gonna catch hands.
Yeah, that I kind of like. That sounded old school to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like the transatlantic accent. It's like you see here, you're gonna catch hands if you don't knock it off.
Oh, I was just thinking like an old Southern lady, gonna catch hands.
I hear like that weird East Coast transatlantic accent. But yeah, I could.
Is that strictly food too?
No,
because that one I can only see like grandma slapping you for you playing your food or something.
No, it's just you're gonna slap someone or punch them.
Okay.
Knock it off.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that one.
I got hands. No, you're gonna catch hands.
You do have hands, and you're going to catch them.
I'm gonna say I got hands. Like, yeah, okay.
We got it.
We all do.
Walk backwards away from the guy who realized he just has hands. No. But yeah, those were some of my things. I forget that I don't know. Generations are weird.
Yeah.
I wonder how Generation Z feels about the paranormal. I feel like probably good because
what do
of
you
social
think?
media. They're probably all in on all the things.
You think all in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The only reason I would hesitate, I'm leaning your way, but the only reason I would hesitate is because they also are hip to the fact. I'm so cool to the fact of all the technology.
I think that's
and
why.
Movies like maybe almost like overdoing it.
I think because it's so everywhere. If you're so involved with your phone and social media and TV, that it's like just like, okay, when we were little, if there was a UFO special, it was like, oh my God, like it's the UFO special. That's like once every 3 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So for us, it was like, felt very like mysterious and important.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying though. So, but now it's all over. Now it's everywhere.
Yeah, so it's just like,
it's not
whatever.
as important.
Yeah, of course that's real.
Oh, you're saying, okay.
Not a big deal.
It that way. Okay.
To
I was
us,
thinking it's like a bigger deal because it's like to us when we were younger because it was so rare. Now it's like, oh, whatever. Yeah, it's real. Like, or it's just fake. They're just, it's, they could be.
Yeah, it could go either way, I guess.
Let us
see
know.
it more the other way.
Yeah, I would love to know what people think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We gotta ask the nieces.
Yeah, we happen to know 3 people.
3 teenagers.
3 younger people.
I would like to know.
Remember the once a year like magician special that would come out, and that was the coolest thing ever. Like, everyone would be watching it. It was like every kid in the world was and I'm assuming it played everywhere. I don't know. It probably did. It probably had a big debut, but
in the United States.
I don't know if anyone out there remembers that when we were little in like early 90s, mid 90s. Yeah, like early mid 90s, it was just once a year, like a big magic TV show. And like the best magicians were on it. And it was like all types of tricks. And from like sleight of hand, all like, because they would do sleight of hand stuff in between commercial, or in between. Good. And they would show you.
2 hours?
It was probably, I feel like it was probably 2, but everything was longer. But they would teach you tricks, like card tricks in between. And that was one of the coolest parts. I would have my cards ready and all that. And oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
And then when that started ending was because the Masked Magician started coming out. And he would do a show once a year, undoing everything they did. And that was a big deal.
It was.
And that kind of, I think, ended the whole thing. I think the magicians probably stopped doing it. I mean, they did. Why would they not have? Yeah, it is kind of fucked up that he did all that. I loved it. But
his reasoning, if I remember right, for like for revealing the tricks was because he thought magicians were recycling too many.
He wanted new stuff,
material.
Which is a cool idea if that's the real theory, and it wasn't just like I want to get famous, so I'm going to do something like.
Gotta look up where that guy is.
I did a while back.
Found out who he was.
Didn't he end up in Vegas for a while or doing shows somewhere?
Maybe.
He stayed popular for a long time. He probably still is.
Yeah, I don't know. First,
that was good, though.
First topic of that is that special that they would do once a year.
Yeah.
Oh, my favorite part. I forget his name. I'm totally blanking on it, and I looked him up within the last year. And it really was super weird for me because the guy, I'll look his name up in a second. But the guy who I loved, and when I looked him up, it was like, whoa, he doesn't look the magicians same anymore. Yeah, it's because then in my head, it's like he can't age because he's a magician.
Don't you know the magic for that?
I don't know. He can.
I'm sure I recognize him. I don't remember anyone's looks, but I'm sure I'd recognize him.
He looks almost like he was out of a comic book. He kind of had intense eyebrows, dark hair slicked back, ponytail, low ponytail.
Oh, maybe I do remember that guy.
Kind of like a Renaissance. You know what I mean? Not man bun ponytail.
Yeah.
Regal ponytail, is that a thing?
No.
And it is for him.
Okay.
And he kind of almost looked mafia-y.
Yeah, I remember this, Italian-looking dude.
Yes.
Kinda. Yeah, I do remember him. I vaguely.
Shit, I can't remember. I loved him. Because he was the one, and they would always have the clock counting down in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
When his act came. Because it was be ready. When he comes up, you need to come and sit in front of the TV, and he will do the trick on everybody in the world at the same time. And it was oh shit, this is so cool. I loved it. I remember getting close to the TV, and our TV was a really big one, but it was obviously
to
an
look
old
at.
school TV. And it was the kind if you touch them, there was static electricity on the screen.
Yeah. So
and I remember sitting there and waiting and playing with the static in the commercials, and then he would come on, and it was no one talk. I would be so mad if my mom or anyone
I didn't want anyone to talk during it all.
Don't talk to me. This is a big deal.
Yeah.
I want to be part of this experiment that's going on, he says. It's a big deal.
This was also because it was once a year. It was probably during the school year. I have no idea, but it probably was because I feel like I remember talking to a lot of people about it. and I think it was on a Friday night every year, and we would do
that sounds right.
we would like make a big dinner and stuff too. It was like a huge family thing because
I miss shit like that.
me too. Like that's like TV stuff. We will never have that anymore because now streaming. We couldn't record TV back then.
Yeah,
there was no.
You
have to be watching. You could record it with a tape with a VHS.
And you're like,
and you were, and you were still watching it live.
Who, like, decided to go pee right before. It's on.
Your mom.
Yeah,
constantly.
Always. No, she being there. I think this is the time I make a snack.
Yeah,
like popcorn. Anyone want popcorn for this?
Yeah, it's like
no.
He's about to finish the trick. She's like, I'm gonna get up and make popcorn.
You're too late. Popcorn is not on the table anymore unless it's a commercial.
Unless she makes it appear.
Well, I think like the clock counting down made her feel like, well,
I better make that popcorn. Only have 30 seconds.
Shit. Oh, I want to look at his name. I won't give it till
we'll have to. Yeah.
But I loved him. I liked Penn and Teller too. They were
that was good,
fun.
but maybe were on those as like little like parts. I feel like they were, but they always had their own shows too. That was cool too.
I never really liked David Copperfield.
No,
because even being like an
it's
8-year-old, it was
too fake.
He's just moving the camera over to the left.
It was like interesting. And it was mostly just like how he sold it, like talking and stuff. But he's so clearly fake. I remember like watching an interview when I was like in probably like 7th grade at the time, but like an interview with him on like a talk show or something. And he's like, one time I was in this country that nobody goes to, and there were these children around me, and there were chickens, and I picked up a chicken,
God, you really remember.
And I ripped the head off the chicken.
What?
And everyone was dead to me. Everyone was so scared and freaking out, and then I just put the head back on the chicken, and then I put the chicken down, and the chicken walked away, and I was like, "This is so fake! That is no way."
You did not do that, bro.
You did not do that. You happened to go to some like foreign land where no one is, too. Like, okay, great.
That's so. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's made so much money.
Oh yeah, he was like the biggest. Yeah. Wait, David Copperfield.
Yeah.
Who's the other? I might be mixing them up.
Who's Roy?
No,
David Blaine?
Yeah, I mix them up all the time.
David Blaine wasn't until we were in high school.
Which one was the shaved head one?
David Blaine, I guess. He's the one who did Street Magic.
No, that was Chris Angel. Oh, they're both.
He was kind of later.
So I might be talking. I think I'm talking David Blaine. So maybe I was in high school when I heard it. Not so because he's more like monotoned. Yeah, he did he does the stunts.
His name is. He is too.
Like he was buried alive.
He started out. Guy. His first special was like, I think actually called Street Magic or something very close to that. And he would walk around like the sidewalk and at restaurants, and he would like throw cards like randomly against like a coffee shop window, and then the card they picked would be on the inside.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Or he would like swallow string and then like have it come out like his thigh.
That's stupid.
I don't know. What are you doing?
I've
sew that in your body.
No, you have. So I've seen that one. I've seen that one. Like how they do that. You stick like a needle, with the string all the way in your leg, and you just like bury it in your leg.
Wait, no.
And then you have the string just slightly sticking out.
You take the needle and like you poke it in, and then bring it out the other side, and then cut it like so it's right there.
No,
I don't understand.
You put the needle in under the skin, and you
have to pull the needle back out too.
Push. I think they'll pull it. I don't know. Yeah, that's why that's what they're like tugging on. I believe is because the needle's like at the skin level now. But they actually bury the needle out? They just either cut it or pull it out. But that's what a lot of that's the street magic stuff, like the real stuff. That's how they do it.
The smart way to do that, though, you realize, is you take the needle into your skin.
How do you shove the string in?
Like you do when you're sewing clothes. You have the thread through the eye of the needle. So there's like two tails sticking out. I know what you're saying. Yep. It goes in to your skin.
Out your skin.
And then you bring the needle out.
But then you would see that if you watch him do the trick. Well, where's the string then?
You just cut enough so it's flush.
But there wouldn't be much. When you see him pull it, he pulls like 3 feet of string.
Well, you could do a lot.
I don't know. Well, the way that's done, from what I've seen, is you bury the needle in, and you like literally just push it down.
Psychotic.
A lot of that shit is, but that's like for the trick. Ew, a lot of that like magic stuff is like actually like painful like that, and they, yeah.
I don't like that. I liked him when he started because it was a lot of like that close-up magic, kind of like that guy, like the Italian mafia dude I was describing. Even
Oh
though
yeah,
it was
sure.
neither of those things,
Yeah,
probably.
that kind of
But
stuff.
that's why I thought David Blaine was cool. And then when he started doing the like Buried Alive, I could kind of get behind because that was a Houdini thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I get that. That makes sense. You want to do a Houdini trick, like fine, that's cool. But then when he started doing the like, I'm frozen in an ice cube, hanging suspended up high, or was he suspended for that one? I don't remember.
There
But
was
I
one he
remember,
was
like,
suspended for in like really cold temperature or something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the ice cube wasn't. He wasn't. That was in a storefront, I think. Okay. And I remember that masked magician guy was like, "Yeah, this is how he did it," and there was like a body double because the ice
I remember
cube obscures,
same with the burying
like,
one too.
It looks like him, but you can't quite like see him.
That's what they were saying with the burying him too one, like that there was like a double or something, and the same thing, like they would like let dirt like intentionally fall on it, covering it when he like made his escape and like switched the dummy so he could like chill or whatever and like go and rest up. Like there was a tunnel or something. Him? Yeah, there was like that's what I remember hearing either the Masked or someone saying. I
can see that.
And what about what do you think about when Chris Angel and his show?
I never
mixed review, or you didn't? Oh, really? You just didn't like it?
I think because at that time I still liked David Blaine, so like I felt like you had to, pick a side.
Really?
I don't know.
I liked Chris Angel's show because it was like cool. Like the other David Blaine one was like? Street Magic, but it was like it started out kind of cooler, I think, but then it became way more elaborate to the point where like I remember one trick he like was in Mexico doing tricks. And he starts off the show by like swimming to shore, like he just swam from America, like from somewhere in America. No. And I'm like, stop it! Why do they make this extra dramatic thing? No one thinks he did that.
Nobody would believe and call it magic.
Like the levitating.
That's the only thing I remember from his show.
Yeah, because he did it so much. He's good at it. Yeah.
The Luxor and he's like,
well, that was like a thing. He did that stunt, and that was a helicopter that actually
they just
did
edited out of the shot.
No, like in real life, like that was a real stunt. People went to watch.
It wasn't magic. It
was well, of course it's not a magic. He's like
over
the
Luxor. Was he passing it as magic?
It was supposed to be like he's levitating. No, I think it was like super high up, like on a string on a cloudy day.
But question.
Like on a cloudy day, you're not gonna.
But question.
Yeah.
How do you get to that point?
What?
Is he like coming up a tunnel in the pyramid and then is there?
No, he was on, if I remember correctly, he's on the ground like either behind it or next to it, and then he just appears like levitating above it, and then he comes down to like his stage or something. And so the helicopter is just like lowering him.
So they had to do it where like it's a close set from behind it or somewhere where
probably
like, you don't
behind
see his harness
probably.
As much.
And
see this
I think it was a pretty thin
cable.
line because I mean you can have a thin cable. Yeah. It's dangerous, but you can do that. And then from what I remember is like I think the helicopter was just like super high up, and they specifically picked a day that was like really cloudy, overcast, so you could like
hear the helicopter
in Vegas. Probably not. Realistically, with hundreds of people watching, and they had music blasting in their speakers. What else
they probably did too? They probably coincidentally had another helicopter just hanging out looking for somebody.
Yeah,
so
or just filming it. Like film.
Yeah,
like,
or that. Yeah, because then you're like, oh well, no, because there's a helicopter there. Yeah. That's why we hear it. It's not that. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm sure there was all that, but his stuff was like. Yeah, I don't know. I think some of it was like clearly like real, like the card stuff he did. Most of it.
No, I'm sure was definitely a magician, but
but
like,
then they just so much TV.
Why do they have to do
magic.
the TV BS?
I know the stuff that everyone knows
that's
is
why
fake.
I liked my weird mind meld guy.
Yeah, sure.
I believed him.
Yeah,
man, nothing is.
But that show they did. They did a lot of TV stuff.
Oh, for sure. I just liked that guy.
Yeah, like when the elephant would appear on stage.
I hate that for so
But the crowd's
reasons.
out for that one. Like, they're like, here's one we did the other day. It's like, the crowd's not there?
Yeah. No one was here. Please enjoy.
Yeah, but it really happened.
Have you been to a magic show ever?
I don't know. I've been to little ones probably. Like,
yeah? I don't know if I've been to
I'm sure I've been to like little things. But yeah, I don't think anything like... I'd love to go to one in Vegas.
Oh, me too. That's been like one of my
yeah.
happy dreams. I want to go to the Zach Bagans Haunted Museum, and I want to go see a magic show. That's all I want to do. And a drag show.
And gamble.
And don't care about that.
I want to do that.
You can do that.
That's fine.
I'll go to a drag show.
All right.
And eat food.
Okay.
That's all.
I'll go to the drag show.
I know.
But I want to eat food and gamble.
Well, then we want to do it. I just don't. I'll play craps. I've never done it, and you
Craps
said that's
is the
fun.
best game. Yeah.
That I would do. I just don't like betting money. I would rather spend it on myself.
I love betting money. But you win so much more money when you bet.
Or you lose it.
Not when you play craps.
How?
Ugh,
you
amateur.
never lose?
Craps, no.
That's not a thing.
Craps, you only win.
Casino wouldn't have a game where you always
They don't get
win.
it. They don't know. The casino doesn't get it. You only win at craps.
How do you lose?
You don't.
Snake
That's the
eyes.
thing. You don't lose.
Yeah. Huh?
You never
Then
lose.
how come there can be a cold table in the beginning?
Well, you can lose a hand, but you never walk away a loss. You always
what do
win.
you mean?
You
Are
can.
You being...
I'm being serious.
No, you're not.
I've always won at craps. I've won thousands of dollars at craps.
You're now lying.
I am not lying. 100% not lying.
Where's that money?
I spent many years ago.
You won
On you.
$1,000 and
I've
spent
won-
it on me. What
I've
are
won
you
well over
talking
$1,000.
about? I've never seen that gift.
Well, you have over years.
No,
I didn't spend it all in one time. I just
no.
win.
Now
The most
I know
I've won
you're
playing
lying.
craps is $1,200
When did you
in
know
Vegas.
me?
Yes,
What are you talking about?
I've won, and then the most I won at roulette was $1,800.
Where is
That was
these
also,
presents?
but that was before I knew you, so you didn't get a present for that one.
This is insane. How much do you bet to win $1,200?
Usually like $25 a hand,
Wow.
but you're at the table for a while, a little while, like 45 minutes, hour.
What's one that
Sometimes I'll
loses
bet
money?
like $300 or $400. I bet $500 a couple times.
And you lost.
But I only do
Crap.
that after I've like won it. Like I'm not starting
That's so
that.
dumb.
But I win again, so it's not. I've never bet $500 and lost.
Oh my god.
So there you go.
Not a good sentence to speak out loud.
I said I've never bet 500 and lost. That's a fantastic sentence.
I don't know. That doesn't sound good to me. What I was gonna say though was the reason I didn't like Chris Angel is because he reminded me of he was everything about that era that I didn't like outfit wise.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And he reminded me of that guy from VH1 Mystery.
Oh, well, he was before Mystery. He was definitely, because
Mystery was before.
No. Like from the TV show Mystery?
Yeah.
That was 100% in like 2006, 7, maybe 5.
God.
Chris Angel started in like 2001, I'd say, probably.
You sound like a really hardcore Chris Angel fan, and
No,
it's weird.
I'm just a year fan. I just know stuff by years.
You don't know stuff by years.
I'm better than you, obviously. You think he came after. He
What
came before.
year did The Shining come out?
I mean, I don't know movies I don't really like or watch. I could tell you, I could guess when the good Shining came out.
What does that
The
even
newer
mean?
one,
There's
whatever.
No newer
Yeah, wasn't
Shining.
that a remake?
The Shining?
So I think it was. When did it come out, you think?
I don't know.
Guess. Decade.
I don't know when The Shining came out. Is that late 70s?
See, so I'm talking about the good one is the newer one to me.
Good one.
That came out in probably like 99 or 2000.
I don't know of any Shining
No,
remakes.
maybe 2002,
Do you
actually.
know what The Shining is?
Yes, the hotel one with
What
the
are you
girls.
talking- There's a Shining remake?
Yeah, had the dude from...
Ew. Why would they? That is no wonder I don't know about it. No one should remake that.
Yeah, probably not, but that was the only one I knew of for a long time.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's gross.
I liked it. Yeah, that's good.
Ew. I'm disgusted right now.
That's
That's
how I roll.
disgusting.
I don't like old movies, though.
That's not old.
70s is old to me.
You do like them. You're just being obnoxious.
I don't know if that's true.
What was I gonna say? Oh, okay. Well, since that was a really long tangent, is there anything else you would like to speak on about how you've been the last few weeks? Have you had any spooky thing happen?
No.
Anything of note that is not spooky related?
It's
to speak
not
on?
spooky related. Has anything non-spooky happened to me?
No,
Yeah.
ours is just anything of note that you would like to comment on.
No. Not that I can think of on the spot.
No.
Why have you? Do you have a
No,
tasty
I
nugget?
don't know.
Oh.
I've had a traumatic event occur in the last 6 days. That's it.
Okay. Do tell.
We have a passion fruit plant, and I learned that butterflies, in particular one specific butterfly, is very attracted to it.
Like
So
one type of butterfly.
Yeah, and we have at least, the plant is devoured. There's only they've ate a third of it. It's nuts. It's just empty vines, no leaves on it.
Yeah.
And we have like 30 plus caterpillars that are on it, and they're really cute. They have like spikes on them, but I learned the spikes are soft, so you can pet them and they won't hurt you. At least this one. And there's like a million of the butterflies around. And then Esme and I started looking, and we found cocoons like everywhere in our backyard, like 6 or 7 at a time. Now, like, our backyard is like a graveyard of empty cocoons, and some are still going because there's still more caterpillars. But I learned the hard way that butterflies, sometimes when they come out of their cocoon, their wings like get crumpled or hurt,
like deformed,
all of the above. And sometimes it's when they're coming out of the cocoon, like they get bent.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
You think it would be like a foolproof nature design, right? Like, oh, they come out and
I would have thought like, yeah, like it doesn't, they can't come out until it like crumbles out. Like,
yeah, no, it's a thing. Because I looked it up because we found one butterfly so they have like, 2 wings on each side. Her little wing on one side was twisted. So I was like, shit, she couldn't fly. Yeah. We did everything to save her and gave her water and food, and she didn't make it. I cried, and Esme made her a house for her to sleep forever in, which was the sweetest thing ever. And then I'm like, I cannot believe I'm crying over a butterfly right now. This is intense. I never want butterflies in my backyard ever again, because this is really upsetting. And then I went and looked to see, like, because there were a bunch of other butterflies flying around. I'm like, oh, well, at least I'll focus on the ones that are here and try to be positive. And then I found another butterfly whose wings were not twisted, but just ever slightly bent.
And
she
bent
didn't
means
make
she
it
can't
either.
Okay.
It was like, what is happening? And then I started thinking, like, because some of the caterpillars, when they go to get ready to do the cocoon thing, they're orange and black. Their orange turns to gray. Yeah. So it's like they're already starting to, like, molt or change, And they hang upside down. Another traumatic thing. The one that was on the thing on the deck, there was, like, one guy's that was, like, really visible from, like, the house. Like, I could really see him because it was, like, on this structure that we put plants on. And I went out and, like, to check on him because I was excited to see his progress. And he was, like, starting to get really gray. And then I came out, like, an hour later because Reggie was barking. And then he was gone. The caterpillar's just gone.
Well, he probably walked somewhere, right?
No, he was changing. Once they start changing and they get their little anchor
so, like,
upside
a bird
down,
got him,
like, I don't know. I was like, I can't
That's weird.
do this. And all that was left was, like, his little, like, anchor that they do when they're upside down, because they go upside down like bats when they change. And he was in that position.
Maybe Reggie got him.
No, because he's up high.
Oh, okay.
He couldn't get him.
Did he fall?
I looked everywhere. I couldn't find him.
Weird. The wind must have taken him.
No.
Had to.
No, it's not.
Well, what else would take him? A bird or...
It must have been a bird.
We have a lot of crows, so...
I don't I'm just like, I don't like checking on them anymore.
You don't have to.
But I do, because what if one needs me?
What
and
do you...
Then I talked
they're
to
going to be like,
Erica,
we need
wings.
you.
Do you know that you can do a butterfly wing transplant?
Yeah, we looked into this. We tried
well,
one.
I forgot, and I was talking to a friend, and she was saying she tried it once. You
hold it like with a pin, like a clip, one of those paper clips, is how you hold them gently, and so you can hold them down. It keeps their wings out, and it keeps them down from moving. And then you can glue on you can trim off the wing if you need to, and then you can glue on the new one.
Where did it say in what you watched where you get a new one?
I watched a YouTube on, you can,
where? What's a new wing?
Well, 2 things. You can patch them with, one thing I saw is you can patch them with like dollar bills because it's like pretty close to the weight. But then there was that, I wouldn't take that advice though. There was a better one. There's another kind of material you can use. But then you could also, the best thing is just butterfly wings. But if you think about how they get them, it's because they're killing butterflies.
So do you know what I did?
Killed a butterfly?
I have like 1,000 butterfly wings on our cabinet right now because there's like a graveyard of wings out there today and yesterday. And I'm like, well, I guess I'll take them if I'm going to actually... I just don't even know. Yeah. But yeah, like my friend said that she tried it once, which the idea of like trimming off a butterfly wing is
well, you don't have to trim them off. You can just
how do they know it doesn't hurt them?
Well, I don't know. They probably do have an idea, but you don't have to trim them off. You can just fix it.
You can would that be too heavy?
I think it's okay. I watched like a butterfly guru guy, and I think that was one of the things, because I think the other part, the dead part, will start to fall off. but I'm not positive. But
I don't know. But yeah, you can super glue a new wing on.
yeah. But you have to be careful what glue to use because like some can be toxic to them or something.
I believe that.
But yeah, I think they were saying rubber cement. Maybe that was the bad one. I don't know.
No, I feel like that's too fumey.
It might
that would
be.
make them pass out.
Yeah, it might have been. I don't.
Maybe
it was.
though.
It might have
wake
just.
back up.
No. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was now. Might even just been like glue stick style. I don't know.
That seems hard to spread. I don't know, but I'm having a really rough go of having this plant in our backyard and then dealing with all of the trauma.
Yeah.
It's really traumatic.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
I loved it at first. The first time I saw the first dude in the cocoon, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And I'm like, I hate this. Oh, but I think what's happening with some of them, like the twisted wing, I think there's like a bunch of spider webs around there and there's a bunch of dog hair that's floating around.
Oh.
Because of their spikes, things get stuck.
You think that's
on their? I can see it. I now look for caterpillars who have hair or things in, and I take it off because it's like if that's stuck in them when
then
they're
it might
changing,
have a problem. Yeah,
that might be doing something.
Maybe, yeah, makes sense.
So if you see a caterpillar with hair on it, like get the hair fuzz off of it because that will totally fuck up its wings when it's hatched. Is that the word?
I think that's the word.
I don't know.
It makes sense.
Yeah, so that's my news. That's my news that is unrelated to anything paranormal, but spooky and traumatic.
Well, there's a lot of ghost butterflies in our backyard now. So.
Aw, I'm okay with that. There were other pieces of that story that made it even more traumatic, but I won't even go about it because I'll be very upset. I did a lot to help that butterfly, though. Me and Esme both. We really friggin' tried.
That's all you can do.
Yeah, it wasn't enough, though. It wasn't enough. I guess we should talk about something that's weird.
Okay. What do you got?
Whatever. We talked about magic. That's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of like in the same realm.
Yeah. I'll have to ask our friend. We went to a birthday party for a 6-year-old, and she received from us a 50 trick plus magic set.
Yeah, that was a good gift. I feel like that's a great gift.
Yeah,
and no one's doing that gift, but that's a good gift for a kid.
I was stoked that it was in a Target.
Yeah, I was shocked when I saw that. Yeah. That's a good
happy.
gift, though. Yeah, I think.
I
would take it now. It's
Me
still
too.
perfect.
I kind of wanted one for myself. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, if we go Disneyland soon, we're gonna hit up that Disney magic store pretty good.
I love that idea. That's good. All right. So there's a man in Maine who narrowly missed being hit by a chunk of metal that fell from the sky.
I think I heard of this.
Do you ever think about this randomly? Like if you're just out or sitting in your living room and watch TV, do you ever have that thought
of something falling from the sky?
This could be the wrong place to be sitting
right
now.
Sure,
and I don't know it, and 10 minutes from now I will.
Yeah, or you won't.
Shit.
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, yeah, of course.
It freaks me out.
I think of it more when, like, other people, like, how other people, like, there was a lady around us, like, an older lady. She was in her 80s, and I was working down the street, and all of a sudden, like, we come out, there's ambulances and fire trucks and stuff, and a car rolled and landed on top of her, killed her.
She's like on the sidewalk?
Yeah, over downtown. Remember? You probably remember that, like 6 years ago.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, it just happened to like roll and land right on her.
Yeah, that's
when I was with Esme like a couple months ago downtown, and we're just getting lunch and walking, and we go to park, and we were going to like park in front of this building, and then we ended up not. And then right in front of the parking space that we were going to park in front of, like the building, it literally, the entire face of the building, which is all bricks, just dropped straight down. Like an avalanche. But like dropped. All at once. It was crazy. Like it was probably 25, 30 feet tall.
Building.
And it just the whole thing, and the awning in front of the overhanging awning, everything just fell on the sidewalk. And I saw it fall, and there was like literally like people walking everywhere on the sidewalk. Some people just happened to have just walked past, like under it, and some people were like about to walk under it. And it's only like 20 feet wide, so it was just happened to be people weren't walking under it.
Yeah, it would have hurt.
It would have killed them, yeah, for sure. It was crazy.
That's a hard one too, because it's like if you're hearing a weird noise, like
you wouldn't hear anything.
But even still, that's not one you can like.
There's not much to do.
You know what I mean?
You have to just know to dive out of the way if you hear noise. But the thing is, like, it wasn't even a noise. Like, it just like fell.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it was probably just like someone
that.
probably like closed a door, and it was enough to like drop the whole building.
Well, that's like when we went to
the whole face.
Armstrong Woods.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, like let's go take. Esme was like a baby.
She was under a year.
She was
yeah.
in a stroller, and we're walking. It's like a famous redwood trees, like up here where we are. Like people come here to see them, and we're like, we haven't been there forever. Let's take Nugget, and then we take little Nugget, and we're strolling around, and then you hear this like huge crack. And then like, you know, falling through the trees.
Yeah.
You know, like when you imagine hearing like a squirrel jump from tree to tree, but like really loud, and then a crack before it, and then there was a ranger who happened to be walking around. She was like, what did she say?
Well, she was like, one
tree
fell,
or like up or something.
Yeah, so it already happened like a couple times to us. We like hear it, and when you hear it in all the trees, you hear echoes too, though. So you don't know exactly where to look
at all.
At first, you're just kind of looking up for movement, and then all of a sudden you see it, and then it just like big branches just drop, and like is just falling from really high up. And then then we were standing by a ranger lady in a little more of a busy area, and one fell and landed on a car.
Yeah.
And then she said, and that one, when that fell, like I remember like diving over baby, and you like ran, you kind of covered too, and like we're like trying to like push her away right when we hear the cracking. We're like I'm pushing the stroller away, and then like covering her because we don't know where it's coming from. And then it drops. And then she said afterward, because we asked her, and she said it happens all the time. It's like a really regular thing. She wasn't nervous by it. She like heard it and just kind of looked up, but she yelled out like tree or heads up or something. And it's like, and there's a parking lot right there. And I'm like, God damn, I'm glad we didn't park there. Like,
I don't like it.
I didn't even realize that was a thing.
And it's like world famous. Like that's where you
But she did say it's mostly just at like the base of the trees. So that's like where they typically fall. So it's.
Did she say that you're supposed to stand by the trunk?
No, because that's where they fall typically.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Ugh, I don't like that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like it. So a Maine man is undoubtedly thanking his lucky stars because he narrowly avoided being struck by a chunk of metal that plummeted from the sky and landed a few feet away from him. The bizarre incident reportedly occurred Friday afternoon as Maine Capitol Police screener Craig Donahue was heading back inside the state capitol building following his lunch break. To his surprise, the officer suddenly heard a tremendous thud and looked over to see a rather sizable cylindrical metal object had crashed to the ground around 6 to 8 feet from where he stood. He said it was maybe 7 to 8 pounds falling from the sky, unannounced. He told CNN, 15 minutes fame. And
That's
it was
a small bowling ball.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And it would have been a pretty good wake-up call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Marveling at the heft of
or like a night-night call.
Yeah. A long eternal slumber.
Yeah.
Marveling at the heft of the odd object, he dutifully plucked the greasy metal piece from the ground and alerted officials at the nearby Augusta State Airport. The FAA launched an investigation, and the Maine Department of Public Safety indicated that the agency now believes the object was likely from a large airliner on an international route and possibly part of the plane's wing flap. That's so scary. So if that had hurt him, does he get to sue?
Yeah. Well, no, he's dead.
Well,
but the family could sue. Yeah, of course.
Jesus. I've heard of bathroom
yeah.
stuff getting like they drop stuff on purpose.
I don't think they do
true?
that on purpose. Or if they do, they only do it, I think maybe the ones that are like really high up when it can burn still and like in the atmosphere. But I don't know. I don't think like commercial airliners do it. I don't think that's real.
That's so scary to me. Stuff like that really scares me. I used to be so scared of acid rain when I was little. That was scary.
Yeah.
Quicksand and acid
Quicksand,
rain.
yeah.
Everyone remembers quicksand.
Oh, yeah. Any kid from the 90s is like...
Yeah, but me also scared of acid rain. I remember when I first heard that phrase, I was like, oh, what does that mean? They're like, oh, no, it's acid rain. It's like, what?
Yeah. I remember I was a little nervous about the bees, the killer bees.
When? Like a few years ago?
No, in like the early 90s when like they're coming from Africa, the killer bees. Oh yeah. They're like all coming here and it's going to be, they're big. They talked like they're like the size of a turtle. And I remember like picturing as a little kid, picturing just like thousands in a swarm that the size of turtles, like just flying here all at one time, like and just taking over like a UFO thing or something.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I don't remember that. I believe you though. I don't know. I just knew
Acid Rain though. I do remember hearing about that one. It was like
someone in like 3rd grade, I think, gave a report on it, and I remember just being like, "What the hell is this shit?"
Like, so this is
I
fear.
don't need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's like one of the many things that just started
Yeah.
taking away at my anxiety, like meter. And
trying to think of other things like that, attack. Like when we were younger that you would hear about. But I mean, the big earthquake in California, that's
scare me.
I mean, that's still a thing, supposedly.
Yeah.
Now I heard yesterday, what was it I read too? Like massive flooding is now going to be in California in the next like 4 decades or something. So, yeah. So long story short, get out of California. Yeah.
Gotta go. Was good.
Was good.
What a new state.
Yep.
Yeah. Quicksand, acid rain.
Quicksand, I feel like, was in so many movies when we were little.
It wasn't a lot. That's why it was scary. What's the other one? There's acid rain, quicksand. I mean, aliens for me, obviously, were just
right.
always
But there was something else like that like.
That gave me true panic. That's where my panic attack started.
Yeah.
Really.
No, I believe you.
Like, no, I just not good at all. I don't remember what. I don't know.
I feel like there's something else too, but I don't remember.
Me either. Okay, so there's a shapeshifter in Mexico. How do you feel about that?
I have to hear more.
That would be a cool superpower that people never say they want, like shapeshifting.
Boring.
Really?
Why would it be cool? What's an example? What are you doing as a shapeshifter?
Like Mystique from X-Men. You can turn into anybody or anything.
Oh, anybody too? Like people?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you could be like become somebody else.
Like I'm saying, like
I thought you could just become like okay.
Shapeshifter.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. I mean, you could do anything. You can get anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way better than being invisible.
Yeah, because it's like hiding in plain sight. Yeah, well, invisible, you still have to be sneaky to a certain point.
If
like
you're turning into somebody else, like full illusion, I mean, then you can right in broad daylight,
and you can get like answers you need or whatever because people trust you.
Right. And
if you're
even
invisible,
if you're not spot on with acting like them, it's enough where people aren't going to think you're a freaking shapeshifter.
Right. Yeah.
They're going to be like, "Wow, they acted real freaking weird today."
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be cool. I would love that. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
But
I do some cool stuff. I don't know what. I don't know
either. I was just thinking, why would I? What
would
I do?
I mean,
we'd have a
and, lot of money.
Everything in everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you could like get people to. You could like get money and give it to you. You can go to like bad sources and give the money, and take the money, like do a Robin Hood, but give it to yourself.
But where would you go? How do you get the money?
I mean,
like
if you pretend to be somebody,
and like
sure,
take all the things out.
There you go. But I mean, it has to be a bad bank. But yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I don't know, because who would you be to get the money?
You could be.
I'm really thinking about this.
Like, if you didn't like the president, you could be the president and resign. I don't know. If you didn't like the president, but
no, but I mean to get money.
Oh, I'm just saying other things. Yeah.
I mean, how do I get that money?
I mean, you can get the money. That's the easy thing. You get the money.
Because you
get the money. You just have to pretend to be someone that has money, and then give it all to me.
But then you would need like you'd have to.
You get all cash. Nah, and a lot of these people have their own safes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But where are the safes?
In their houses and stuff.
That way it doesn't matter.
You can make it work.
Okay. I'm into it.
Okay.
Okay. A strange panic has swept over a city in Mexico as residents have taken to painting white crosses on their front doors in order to ward off what is believed to be a supernatural shapeshifter. Local media reports say the peculiar situation began around 2 weeks ago when multiple people in the community heard series of mysterious sounds which did not seem to have come from a person or an animal. Shortly after that, more residents began hearing the puzzling noises, and many came to believe that the cause of the commotion was a particularly pernicious entity from Mexican folklore. Let's see. The community has traditional beliefs that are still strongly held. Residents have come to suspect that a supernatural being known as Nagual is the source of the noises. That sounds scary. Legend has it that such mischievous entities are able to shapeshift into different animals at night and can cause great misfortune to any humans they encounter. In response to the possible presence of the sinister spirit in their city, several people have painted white crosses on their doors as a measure of protection against the entity, and residents are refusing to leave their homes after 10 o'clock at night. Oh, wow. While those who have modified their front doors to fend off the Naqual are quite serious in their beliefs, news of the furor unfolding in the city has caused the community to become the subject of ridicule on social media in Mexico. Many people making memes mocking that they consider this to be silly superstitions. I think that is so messed up because we do weird ass shit that is superstitious, but because it's so ingrained in our culture, we think it's totally normal. So I think that's fucked up. They're just trying to stay safe.
The cross thing?
Yeah. And staying in after 10. I mean, that was whatever. 10's late.
Yeah. I mean, I think to each their own. Like, who cares? If you don't believe in it, whatever. Why mock? Like, just...
Yeah, but that's the thing. You grab one of those people and go, okay, come to our town for a night. You be the only person without it.
Right.
They won't
no one wants
sleep
to do that
night. They won't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just inevitable. That's why it's not hurting anybody not going out after 10 for the most part. And
yeah, I mean, if people don't want to go out at 10, who cares?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like we've talked so much and not talked about anything. I really got sidetracked by magic.
Yeah, it does that.
I can do another news story, or you can talk about the thing you wanted to talk about.
Well, I'll talk about my thing.
Okay, cool, because I wanted to hear it. Is it about magic? Is it about that guy?
It's about magic. No, so this one is, it's not an article. Well, there is an article, but I'm not reading the article. I saw a YouTube video of the whole thing. So basically, what's going on right now, if you haven't heard, in Lake Mead in Las Vegas, have you heard about what's going on? Just how the drought's like killing it. It's making the levels gone down like an insane amount in Lake Mead, which is a huge water source for Vegas. And yeah, so anyways, I've been watching over the last few months. There's like tons of videos of people putting out about how much it's lowering, and it's like getting down to like dangerous levels, and it's like a really big deal if that dries up, because it feeds so much water to Vegas and I think a couple other areas. But anyways, since it's been keep lowering, they've been finding like weird things like random debris and a lot of garbage and debris, of course, and then like at the bottom, just as it's lowering down, so on the sand now, also like full huge like 30-foot boats are just standing upright because they sank vertically, basically, so they landed in...
What kind of boats?
Like big speed boats and stuff, like expensive boats.
I immediately think like ancient...
No.
Like,
it's a man-made lake. So,
okay, I don't know.
Yeah, so there's big full boats. Some people are like taking the like newer boats out that they can like kind of repair and redo, and a lot of them are they're not allowed. People aren't allowed to go near these boats and stuff. But anyways, so one thing over the last little while now, since May, they've been finding bodies. So they found 4 bodies now as of a couple days ago. And they're finding like remains of human bodies. They're not
How much water is still left?
There's still a good amount.
Is it half gone?
I think it's way more than half, but I'm not accurate.
Okay. No,
I didn't check that.
I'm just trying to imagine.
But I think it's way more than half, or it's right around that mark probably. But
holy shit! Are these like old unsolved mysteries?
So probably there's only one. So the first one that they found in May is they found the body in a barrel. like at the bottom.
Like mobster?
So yeah, like just like that. So they found the body in a barrel, and recently, I think over the last week or two, I think is where this like kind of article sort of takes place, and they've basically found they have the first body that was in a barrel. I don't know if the other bodies are in barrels or what, but this one is more intact, I think. And so police were able to but haven't identified him yet, but they have a good idea on who they think it is. And
means
so
he must be someone they've been.
Well, no, there was a missing person from 45 years ago.
Whoa.
And so
what's 45 years ago?
What year is it now?
2020. This is the 8.
It was 70 something, right? Yeah, because we're yeah. It was like 74 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
But anyways, and so there was what was I saying? So so this guy, his name was Bobby Eugene Shaw, and it just happened to be Bobby. I didn't notice that till later. But anyway, so police believe it's him. They have an idea because it somewhat fits the resemblance, even though it's just like bones now, I guess. But maybe his clothes he had on. I don't know.
It depends what they put in the barrel with him.
Yeah, I don't know. So
if he was just in a barrel and it was sealed, then he would still be fine.
Yeah. So yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't be fine.
Right.
But.
So anyway, so so they believe it's him. He also went missing 45 years ago, and they haven't done the like full autopsy kind of report yet, but they think that this body is decomposed about 45 years, so they think it's the same potential person. And so they went to his sister, who's still alive, and they asked her, and she has since the 70s, since he went missing, she's been like, she said she kind of gave up on the fact that he's alive, like on the hope that he's alive, like years and years ago. But she said she still even does though, like, and she has ever since then, like when she sees like someone that maybe looks like him or looks like it could be him, she goes and checks and all that. And like, that. And she said, so it would be kind of like nice to find out that's actually him, get some closure. Yeah, right? Exactly.
You don't get closure if you don't have a body.
So she says when they first found the first body, she knew instantly that it was him.
Wow.
So before they talked to her, it sounds like she just heard that and just knew it. And they had no information about it at the time. And then the police contacted her, is the way I understand it. And so yeah, they found four sets of human remains.
All in barrels?
I don't know. I think maybe another one or two were, but I didn't hear that.
I mean, if you're the kind of person that's putting a body in a barrel, you're definitely coming back there to put more
bodies in the barrels.
So
they let's see. So they asked the sister for a DNA sample. I don't know what they got from her, but she was able to give them what they needed. And they said it'll take probably like 4 or 5 months because how much the body, like the state of the body now, it'll take like that long for them to actually get the DNA results and have that all figured out, which seemed like a long time, but that's what they were saying. And they do believe that it's mob related. And they think one of the reasons they think that is because I guess that was something the mob kind of did every once in a while, like with with like barrels though, like using barrels.
Of course they did.
Barrels? I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, everyone knew they like buried them out there. But anyways, and the other thing was that
cement on the feet.
The other thing was that this guy Bobby had they didn't say what it was, but he had some ties with the mob. So so they think that was him, and that was the reason. So they'll know in a few months.
That's crazy.
Then also, I think this was yesterday this is like more recent than this stuff, but Lake Mead, like there's been, it wasn't in Vegas, I don't believe, but somewhere, I mean, there's a lot of areas of water that that can lead to Lake Mead. And there was a flash flood somewhere out in the desert, and it's brought the levels up quite a bit in the last couple days in Lake Mead. So it's starting to fill back up. But it's been like months and months and months of sinking, of going. It's been the last couple of years, I think. But it's still nowhere near the level it needs to be. But it raised, like the video I saw raised like 10 feet in like 2 minutes or something, the whole lake. And that's quite a bit, but I don't know where that ended up, but
Is it really deep? Could they not like
I
send
think
divers
Lake
down there, or
Lake
like
Mead.
a little
What for?
to see if there's more barrels and bodies?
Oh, I think it's way too big for that. But I don't know how deep Lake Mead is. But I don't think they're like looking. I think they're just finding these ones, and yeah, and then they're gonna try and find who they are probably.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like, when was the height of the mob in
Like
Vegas?
the 50s.
You think?
Yeah.
Not
70s. 70s, yeah.
So that's
50s
like,
is when they started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be
It's
like
like
the
prime
mid.
time.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, exactly.
It's like
Yeah.
super Vegas.
Yeah. Someone pissed off the pit
Wrong.
bosses, or was
Someone
yeah, slept with the pit
someone
boss's
said
wife
you can't
or
lose
something.
at craps, and then they
Yeah.
took him out.
Nah, you can't lose the craps.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nice for the sister, at least.
Yeah, yeah. So they'll get hopefully some closure there.
That's so scary to me.
Yeah,
The idea of the mafia is scary to me. I know nothing.
I
about
love
the
it.
mafia.
It's super exciting. I think it's super cool.
Not exciting.
Yeah, I think
or
it's super
cool.
cool. I don't want to be anything a part of it. I don't want to do.
Obviously.
But yeah, I mean, who was the singer guy? Frank Sinatra, and then the baseball player Marilyn, and who was her dude? Joe
DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio. They all like have ties with the mob. Well, I don't know if she didn't as much, except like just was around them probably.
Yeah.
Because of Frank and Joe, yeah.
And the Rat Pack.
And the Rat Pack.
And the Kennedys. And listen to that episode. I spent a lot of time researching that one because I love Marilyn Monroe. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing yours.
Welcome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out what the other thing was.
The other what?
Acid rain.
Oh, yeah.
And quicksand. It's bothering me. Okay, before we go, I need to know, what is that guy's name?
Who?
Magician who did close-up
There's
magic.
no way.
90s?
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see.
Do you have him?
Tony?
Tony?
No.
Is that
He had a name
that
was like Sinclair or
Oh,
something.
wow,
I swear it was something
There's
like
the masked
that.
magician.
No, we're just getting David Blaine. What is his name? What is his magician who he was a mentalist. 90s. Oh, that looks like him a little older. Is that him? Types of magicians.
That might be him. That guy looks familiar.
That looks like him, but no, he looks more like. Is that him?
That's the same guy, right?
Is it? I don't know. I'm not. He's very similar.
I think we might have to let him know next week.
Okay, I'll figure it out because it's gonna bother me. Think of thoughts from the butterflies in the backyard. Have a good.
That guy looks like the guy from Game of Thrones.
Oh, he does. That's not him though. It's not him or the magician.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sound good? See you on Patreon.
Deuces.
Smoochie.